Hey friends, my name is Jackson and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. Um, so today I'm doing a Reddit video, and I'm actually going to be exploring a new subreddit where called r/AmItheEx, which is basically like r/Am I the Asshole, but about basically partners fighting and being stupid and then breaking up or potentially breaking up or probably going to break up or I don't really know how to explain it except to say that just people are stupid and it's about people being stupid and being bad partners, I guess. It's the best way I can put it. Okay. Ugh, stop that. Alright. So the first story. I tried out my girlfriend's estranged brother and it was a mistake. I don't know what to do now, honestly. My girlfriend and I have been together for a year and a half. I want to marry her. I was planning on proposing to her soon, but I made a mistake. When we met, I didn't know my girlfriend has a brother that she no longer speaks to. I found out that her brother has had issues with drug use, and the last she knew, he had been homeless and unemployed. This was shocking to me. I would never let any family member, especially a brother, be homeless. In my family, we help each other out no matter what. It wouldn't matter if someone uses drugs or even if they treat us badly. Well, OP, you sound like a bit of a fucking doormat, like a complete fucking doormat. Like, why would you let saying, well, it doesn't matter what they did is just pretty shitty when it comes to a partner. If you want to help family, even if they treat you badly, then that's up to you. But me, nah. Nah, man. If my family's gonna treat me badly, I don't care if people are gonna treat me badly, I don't care if they're my family. They're getting cut off. I mean, I wouldn't cut them off if they were doing drugs or whatever. Like, I would try and help them first, obviously, but like, all I'm saying is, if they treat you like shit and they're not gonna, or if they're like a drug addict and they don't want to go into recovery, then I don't know. Like, I'm not sticking around. Just, even if they're like, oh god, even if they're my family, I can't stop yawning. Even if they're my family, like, it's just, like, if they don't want to go into recovery because of drugs, then I guess that's up to them or whatever. But, like, if they're treating me terribly and they're just being a complete asshole, I'm not gonna invite them to move in, let alone want anything to do with. Let alone want anything to do with them, but I'm definitely not gonna invite them to move in. Oh, for shit's sake. Okay, um, shit. Um, I was raised to always help your family, your blood, no matter what. It was shocking and appalling to me that my girlfriend didn't feel the same way. By the way, there's a few different flares for this subreddit, and this story's flare is definitely dumped. Um, anyway, this caused arguments earlier in our relationship. However, I eventually let it go for now because I had an idea about helping her brother. 6 months ago, I, 34 male, began looking for my girlfriend's brother. I purposely didn't tell her. She had told me that the last she knew he was in Canberra, however, he was not there. I don't know what Canberra is. I had I had to hire an investigator and it took nearly 3 months. It took nearly 3 months for her brother to be located. I brought him here once he was located and told him I would help. I wanted to show my girlfriend, 31 female, that she was wrong. When I found her brother, I rented him a small flat and found him a job. I'd been working extra hours to afford the flat. Although my girlfriend and I Although my girlfriend and I shared expenses equally, we have not combined our finances. I was able to rent the flat for him, and I helped him to find employment and set up a bank account for him. I also encouraged him to stop using drugs and seek counseling. For his part, he told me he wanted to stop taking drugs and was grateful for me giving him a chance after his family gave up on him. I admit I knew it was a mistake. He has been terminated from his job for theft of money and other items, and or I admit now it was a mistake. He has been terminated from his job for theft of money and other items, and there was a police investigation. Yep, there's a good ass reason that she cut her brother off and didn't want anything to do with him. Moreover, he has committed bank fraud using the account I opened for him and has opened a credit card in my name without my knowledge. The ADP is investigating him using and selling drugs out of the flat, and I'm under investigation because the flat and bank account are both in my name. Well, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. Sounds like you just did something dumb, you dummy dumb dumb. Stop that. Eh. Ugh. Um, there was also a potential overdose in the flat. I was advised to hire a solicitor because I will likely be facing criminal charges, even though I had no knowledge of her brother's actions. My girlfriend's brother is nowhere to be found now. My job is in jeopardy, and my girlfriend ended the relationship last week when she found everything out. We were together for 18 months and had lived together for 6 months. I wanted to propose and marry her. I now admit she was right, and I was short sighted in trying to help her brother. I realize I made a mistake, but she was so angry at me. I know I deserve the anger and should have listened to her about his drug use and criminal record, and why no one in her family speaks to him. I don't even care about the other problems as much as her leaving. I didn't know what he was doing, however, I've been pulled into it. I made a mistake, and I realized that my own family's way of always helping no matter what is wrong. I don't even know what to do now. Thank you for reading. And then the comments. Imagine fucking up your life just so you could teach your girlfriend a lesson. For real, LMAO. Dude spent nearly the entire relationship staging an elaborate plot to make his girlfriend feel like an idiot, and he thinks she should come back and marry him? I hope he remembers how dumb he feels right now the next time he thinks a girlfriend is wrong about something she clearly knows more about. 34 going on 15. What Forrest said, stupid is. And this guy is stupid and pompous. Stupid is what? Okay, whatever. He did this to prove his girlfriend wrong. She was so right to dump him. Failed to teach your girlfriend a lesson. Yes, these guys make me so sad because they just don't get it. She told me she felt this way. She has dealt with it all her life. Does what he wants anyway. OMG, this blew up just like she said it would. She left me. Now I understand what I did was wrong, but why won't she take me back? Narrator. Well, why did you feel that you knew better than she did when she is the one who has dealt with it for years? Confused face. Because she's a girl? I mean, I've been pulled into it, says the man, after waiting 3 months for the private investigator he hired to find the problem her girlfriend warned her about. But what does she know? She doesn't even understand the meaning of family/s. Okay. Right. This, beautifully said LMAO. He did teach her a lesson. Blood relations don't matter. And if anyone tries, blood relations don't matter. And if anyone tries to fight you on it, they're crazy stupid. Or, well, it reinforced what she knew, at least. Yeah, exactly. Blood relations don't matter. Like, I don't care if you're not related or if you're blood related or not blood related. If you're like acting really dumb like this person's brother, then I'm just not gonna deal with you anymore. If you're treating me like garbage, I'm not gonna deal with you anymore. And if you're turning your life into hell because of drugs, then I'm just not gonna want to deal with you anymore. It's as simple as that. Like, I cut my sister out because she treated me like garbage, and if anyone tried to bring her back in my life or fix her for me, then yeah, I would break up with them too, even though I'm not getting a relationship. That's fair. He taught her a lesson, just not the one he intended. Yup. Just so you could teach your girlfriend a lesson is crossed out. Prove to your girlfriend that she's a stupid, inferior, subhuman idiot and should mindlessly obey him in the future. FTFY, this might have grown in the soil of naivete, but it was fertilized in misogyny. Especially a brother caught my eye. I am choosing to read it as sibling, but man, it's so tempting not to. But his family taught him that you don't abandon them no matter how badly they treat you. I think that was Check's note. Mindless groupthink fertilizing going on too. And complete oblivious cluelessness too, right? Like OOP's panic over the potential OD and the liability for drug deals on, on premises and the professional cost of endorsing slash employing someone in active addiction and the subsequent behaviors of stealing and defrauding, those are super clear indicators that his family's motto of leave no family member behind has never been truly tested IMO. Like men in the family squabbling who's the best at grilling, or two cousins going after the same job and still talking afterwards, or the grandmas competing who makes the best salmon mousse, and no one is mean enough to tell them that blending a can of salmon into a packet of cream cheese is not a mousse, and both of their recipes are vile and borderline inedible. That doesn't call for the hard decisions, you know? I wonder what he would do if his plan worked. See, honey, I'm better than you. Now let's get married. By the way, I've got a surprise for you. Guess who I've chosen for my best man? You should hear his speech about how I was always there for him when everyone else, your family, had given him up for dead. Yep, I wanted to show my girlfriend, 31 female, that she was wrong. This is the entire reason. In my family, we help each other out no matter what. It wouldn't matter if someone uses drugs or even if they treat us badly. I was raised to always help your family, your blood, no matter what. It was shocking and appalling to me that my girlfriend didn't feel the same way. He had absolute confidence in his family values and was appalled that she didn't have the same ones. Her personal experience was irrelevant. He was correct. This was all about two people with two different sets of family slash cultural values, and he imagined some complex scenario where he would prove himself right and she would be forced to convert over to his system. Yeah, I think each individual scenario should be taken individually. Like, if it's your kid and they're dealing with like drug use and problems and stuff, then yeah, you shouldn't just give up on them. But if it's like an adult sibling, then just cut them loose, man. Just cut them loose. Yeah, it's definitely very like the complexities of everything is just like it's impossible to explain like one scenario, but say that you have a different thing about a boyfriend thinks his girlfriend is overreacting about a single fight. The post and his comments suggest otherwise. Okay, there's a link to the post. I think my 30 male girlfriend, 25 female, is about to leave me. We had a bad disagreement on Saturday, didn't talk at all yesterday. Today I'm at work. I checked our security camera and all of the furniture she brought is stacked by the door. I don't know what to do. And then one of the mods says, this post has reached one of our comment karma limits. The text of the post has been preserved below. Sort of panicking right now. I love her so much and do not want to lose her. Didn't think this would go this far since we've been together 4 years. We went out to eat this weekend and she offered to pay before we left her apartment, but when we got there, I paid while she was talking to some girl on the line with us. After all, after it was still a 10 to 15-minute wait for our food while we talked and looked at the other stores, and she still hadn't sent me the money or mentioned paying me back. We got the food and it was in a catering sized tray and very hot. She suggested we drop it off in the car because we were still going to look around because I wanted to pick up some drinks or snacks. And I said, no, it's fine. I'll carry it. I just don't know how. She suggested we sit in the waiting area while I get what I wanted with the tray so it doesn't drop. I didn't mean to, but I snapped and said something like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll just fucking pay for that too and everything else." She did immediately look confused and then said, "I'll just send you the money," but by then I was already walking out and going to the car. When we got to the car, I told her she was selfish and stuff, and we argued, and I raised my voice a bit and told her to shut up because I'm driving. She got pissed and sent me $50, the cost of the food, which was not the response I wanted and just pissed me off more. And I told her she was unappreciative of what I do for her and she snapped and started screaming at me while I was still driving us home. She said she pays a larger percentage of her income to household stuff than I do, so it's only fair I pay more than when we go out, and I told her that's not fair just because she makes less money, that I pay more actual dollars when she's just going off percentage. And either way, she is still unappreciative. She says please and thank you a lot, but this time she didn't even say thank you or anything after I ordered and paid, and she had plenty of time to do it. She tried to talk later that day and apologized for yelling while I was driving, but I didn't want to talk to her and told her so. No point in more yelling. She said okay and left. Yesterday, we didn't really talk at all. Only two times we did was when the internet went out and I told her to fix it and told her I made some pizza and she could have some if she wanted. She hardly responded to me either time. I left this morning without us talking at all, besides asking her where my charger is, and noticed she turned her location off on her phone. Then I checked the security camera and see she has all the furniture she bought by the door like she's leaving or something. I haven't called or texted her yet because I don't even know what to say. I didn't think this weekend would lead to this and feel like she's overreacting and not even trying to understand me. Really lost on where to go from here. I would love to read your, I hope, future ex girlfriend's POV on this story. What you tell plus your comments doesn't make sense. She offers to pay. She pays all she can to the household expenses. She is unemployed and trying to save money. Just here we have a pie of missing reasons and contradictions. But then you tell the birthday story, and oh boy, you are definitely a pain. She offers to throw you a party. You don't want it. She offers what she can do without jeopardizing her savings since she is unemployed. You don't want it. She then says, whatever, do as you wish, and you end up doing a barbecue that she still helps with. You feel underappreciated. You feel unappreciated. I mean, is there a way to win with you, or do you just like to sulk for the sake of it? Then you yell at her for 50 bucks, gets annoyed when she pays you back because you were yelling at her, and then ice her when she tries to apologize, even to be honest, when you should do it. I would not apologize to you at all, but maybe she still likes you enough to give it a try. Reading notes and seeing you did this before was with the excuse of getting space. Right, so she was iced before when she expressed emotions. She is just done, and I would be too. She's 25, she has a life ahead, and can find someone that can communicate with her. What birthday story? I really want to read this birthday story now. Hang on. I really want to. I'm gonna go to this person's profile and see if they have. But honestly, this guy's sounding like Daniel, the guy who I used to call my dad. But he's sounding like him, he's sounding like Daniel. Like, nothing the girlfriend does is good enough. And I feel like this is gonna get so much worse if she stays with him and keeps doing this relationship, and then just things are gonna keep exploding, and he's just gonna be angry and sad no matter what because that's just what he does. Super glad girlfriend is going to get the fuck out of this bullshit. I read all his comments and he's absolutely insufferable. Frankly, I'm surprised she lasted as long as she did. Yeah, I get the feeling this is gonna be like the PS5 saga that I read a few weeks back. It's gonna be like the PS5 saga is basically one post that seems pretty bad, and then with each subsequent post, the dad digs himself deeper and deeper into a hole, like making himself look worse and worse, and he's always the asshole in each and every single post. I have to isolate just the PS5 saga so you guys can watch it on its own. I'm so glad my husband is like this, but stories always make me worried. He has always made more money than me and spends more. I am looking for work, he says, as long as I keep the house clean and cook. I love to. He will foot all the bills. Last time I was between jobs, I got super sad and the house got messy. He never once complained. I love my man, but this girl seems to be doing more than I have done, I think. I'm glad she did not put up with him and just left. What else can she do if he won't talk? Why are you panicking? She tried to talk to you, you weren't ready, and then you made no attempt to talk to her. You were aggressive and didn't know how to communicate. Was she still supposed to come running to you when you snapped at her over $50? 4 years in a relationship, and you threw it away over $50. Aggressive and passive aggressive. If she offered to pay, he could have asked her and interrupted her conversation when it was time to pay. Instead, he makes some passive aggressive bullshit comment. Dude needs to work on his communication skills. Yeah, but only have to take a look at his responses to know there was no helping him. Everything is caused by someone else being wrong. He has never been in the wrong and can't take accountability for his actions. He needs therapy, but he can't see what he has done wrong, so he will never get it. Good luck to his next partner. Yep. Yeah, that sounds exactly like Daniel. Exactly like Daniel used to be. I mean, very mild stretch, a very mild version, but still pretty bad. You could have just politely reminded her to send you the money. Instead, you yelled at her and caused a huge argument over something that could be easily resolved. Assuming this isn't the first time it happened, otherwise she wouldn't be packing up. All you can do is fix these communication issues for yourself so they don't come up in the next relationship. I like how he yelled at her a little bit, and she was screaming at him, classic retelling. Even with OP's bias in his retelling of the story, he still looks like a jerk. And then OP responds to the original comment about you could have just politely reminded her to send you the money, instead you yelled at her, and etc., etc. And he has minus 982 points. So let's see. I'm her boyfriend, not her dad. She uses her memory problems as an excuse to not be held accountable sometimes, it feels like, and it affects lots of aspects of our life together. This one is just another example. Also, I'm not sure what else I could do to fix the communication. I let her know how I felt and then gave her space to think and consider. So you're saying asking someone politely is being a parent, and the correct response is to snap and yell at them? If you don't know what is wrong with that logic, you need to do some thinking about yourself. Good luck. Wow. I let her know how I felt and then gave her space to think and consider. Whoa, dude, you yelled at her in public, shaming her, and then told her to shut up. OMG, that is not letting her know how you feel. Letting her know how you feel would be using nonviolent communication. Hey babe, may I share my feelings with you? Is now a good time or later? I feel that I blank when you tell me uh, you'll buy dinner but then don't. When we go to pay, do you mind having your card ready to pay at the register? Because, dude, she did pay you in 15 minutes, so how do you really feel? I don't think any of us know. What are you exactly mad at? That she took 15 minutes to pay you? Doesn't matter, the bigger picture isn't the money or the food anymore, it's the abuse. And then a deleted user says, gave her space to reconsider, like he abusively stuck her in a corner to conform to his whims. Ew. I've heard enough. No woman deserves an abusive, nasty piece of shit such as yourself. Okay. And then OP responds to the comment saying, so you're saying asking someone politely is being a parent, etc., etc. And then OP responds, that's what she said to me when it comes to cleaning chores, that she doesn't need to ask me to do it because she's not my mom, so yeah, it's a precedent she set up herself. I don't want to lose her, but I feel that it's hypocritical. And that comment has minus 966 karma. Oh my gosh. Jesus, it's incredible that you're still able to breathe with your head so far up your ass. Different things are different. Wow. Big shocker you don't help out much around the house. Man, you sure just keep digging that hole deeper and deeper, huh? Everything you say makes it more and more clear to everyone who reads it that you suck. She is right to leave. Enjoy single life. You should just be single for a while. Forever. This man-child should be single forever. Guarantee that he's only scared of being single because there won't be anyone to clean up after him anymore. More comments, more comments. I didn't find any, more comments from OP. I'm gonna try and see if I can find, oh, okay, one more comment from this comment thread. I'm a boyfriend. Oh, sweetie, not anymore. Nope. Yeah, definitely dumped. I'm gonna try and find the birthday story because what even? Hang on. Birthday. What? Oh man. Um, barbecue? Oh man. Wait, are you kidding me? Hmm. Okay. Oof. Uh, what? Okay. I keep searching stuff up to try and find the birthday story. It's literally not working. Okay. Um, I'm trying to find this birthday party story. I want to know what it's about. Okay, I'm gonna try and. Ooh, wait. Fun fact, consistent exposure to gaslighting or emotional abuse can actually cause or worsen memory issues. Yeah, yeah. You snap and swear at her, storm off before she can respond, call her selfish and unappreciative. Expect her to contribute a larger percentage of her income to joint expenses? Raise your voice and tell her to shut up. Rebuff her apologies. Why wouldn't she leave? Why wouldn't she leave? Typical lose-lose scenario that abusers create for their partners. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, this guy's an abuser, and it just seems like it's gonna get much, much worse if she stays with him. I think it's the best for him to leave. I mean, for her to leave. Well, maybe best for him too. At least I hope so. Hopefully he will get it together, although I doubt it because just from his comments and everything, it doesn't seem like he's willing to admit he was in the wrong or that he's willing to change or literally anything. My brother in Christ, you need fucking therapy. Yeah, he really does. He needs to be humbled. He doesn't realize that he's made a mistake. That's the problem. He's unwilling to admit that he's. I think it's more he's unwilling to admit that he's made a mistake. Not so much that he knows that he doesn't know he made a mistake. He probably knows because people are telling him, you fucked up. And his girlfriend is breaking up with him because he fucked up. So he knows he fucked up. He just refuses to admit he fucked up. Like, this is what abusive relationships. Okay, leave her alone so she can find someone better. And then someone responds, the bar is pretty low. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, I have no idea where this party story is. The birthday party story. Alright, this is a pretty long comment. So you two have been together for 4 years and you expect immediate repayment while out and about on errands, and also a very big thank you for paying for food. Even though you expect immediate repayment, so you want to thank you for being the person to use your card to pay, you know, even though she paid. Then you call her selfish over once. If you pay for something and the other person pays you back, the other person paid. You didn't pay. Then you call her selfish over one small disagreement and yell at her. Then get her to apologize and still won't talk to her except for her to fix your issues, make the internet work. Where is my charger? And then can't believe she would be done with the relationship. I hope this girl runs out of your life. And I already see your comments stacking up, so let me just break some stuff down. If I pay my partner for a reason similar to this, just easier in the moment, and I expect repayment, I don't need it to happen at that moment. I will wait until we were home, or at least at ease, like sitting at a table eating, to just say, hey, can you pay me back this amount? Thanks. You didn't do that. You got yourself upset that she didn't say the exact words at the exact moment you wanted, thus making it impossible to know if by the time she got home, she could have been like, I got distracted. Thank you for paying for the food. How much do I owe you? Within 10 minutes, you decided she was ungrateful and selfish and escalated this. Two, your girlfriend was not okay with not talking about this and waiting for it to blow over. She did try to engage in further discussion, and you shut it down. So then it is on you to talk at a later date, at a later time, which you didn't do. It is also really unhealthy to have these types of arguments and then not discuss them in some way. She's been upset for 48 hours. You know she has been, and you have made it clear by ignoring and not engaging with her that you don't care. Three, you called her names and yelled at her to shut up, but then got upset that she would raise her voice to you while driving. What a piece of work you are. Four, you still don't take responsibility for the argument, so you think your behavior was fine and should just blow over when you can't even see how problematic what you did and said was. We all, and I do speak for the entirety of Reddit here, hope you will update us that your girlfriend has fully moved out and on with her life. And then someone responds, I wish only the best for his ex girlfriend and her new life, hopefully very far from him. I do also wish the best for OP. And then deleted user says, you threw a fucking temper tantrum like a 2-year-old over $50 in a 4-year relationship. Why wouldn't she leave? And then someone else says, I'm incredibly proud of this girl. Definitely. Yes, I'm proud of her for breaking up with her before this shit gets so much worse. I hope she leaves and has a way better life and finds someone a million times better than you. I'm gonna keep looking for this birthday party story, or the party story with the barbecue. I'm not sure. This is called fucking around and finding out. I'm glad this was the final straw for her, and I wish her the best of luck in her move. Definitely. Okay, here we go. Someone's finally saying exactly what's going on. You are actively abusing her emotionally and verbally, also financially. Just wanted to add that in there. She didn't pay you back for 15 minutes, and you felt that cursing at her, calling her selfish, and then still being upset because she paid you back. But then that wasn't the reaction you wanted. What did you even want at that point? Her to throw herself on the ground to begging you forgiveness? She makes less than you do, but pays more of the household's expenses, plus does almost all of the household work, and yet you still feel she's unappreciative. There's an unappreciative one here, but it's not her. Not that you'll actually take any of this to heart based on your comments, but it is my hope that she gets far away from you and you don't even dream of getting into another relationship until you've done some serious work on yourself. And that person had 29 upvotes too, so. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, alright. I don't, Oh, someone else says, "Oh, good for her. It always warms my heart when someone escapes an abusive situation." Man, wish my mom had been able to get out of it much sooner. Oh well. Dude, is this real? She's afraid of you because of how you behaved. Please do her the kindness of letting her go. I hope she sticks to her guns. You sound abusive. Yep. Oh man. Alright. I cannot find that party story. I know we already technically kind of read it, but I was hoping that he tells the party story, the OP, or that someone else told it in like more detail because I was very curious about this party story with the barbecue and stuff. And even though I'm, yeah, I'm literally searching for it, and I tried searching up comments. Like, words that I know were in the, like, party and barbecue and stuff. Stuff that I know was in that because it was in the original party story that I read above, but for some reason it just comes up with no results, and I'm really not sure. You are the problem. Damn, dude, I hope she's leaving you for a better relationship. Are you going to ask her for back payment for storing her furniture in your house? Oof. Yeah, it is over, and rightfully so. You are a bundle of red flags, my guy. Suffice it to say that your perspective was wrong on every single point here, and you really need to work on that so you don't keep driving women away. Good luck. Alright. I really don't know why I can't find this party story because it's just not working. Uh, I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever. Yeah, I'm literally searching up words, and nothing's coming up, even though I know there are words that exist in the comments, but it's not fucking working. This. Alright, finally, one more comment. This makes me feel physically sick to read, OP. You created this argument out of absolutely nothing. You chose to pay knowing she had already said she would. Every comment you have added continues to paint a picture that you expect your partner to do gymnastics to please you when you are never actually going to be satisfied because you want this situation where she is constantly groveling to you to feed your ego. This is so abusive. You need therapy, mate. I'm so glad she's running from you finally. Alright. Yeah, we're done here. Am I the ex for letting my non-binary sibling move in with me without my boyfriend's approval? Not my story. Dump imminent, but not yet. So it's gonna happen. It's coming. Actually, I need to plug in my laptop. Give me a sec. Oh. Ow. My boob. Dump imminent, but not yet. My boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 28 female, have been together for 5 years and living together for the past 2 years. We've talked a lot about marriage and gone grand shopping together, so I'm kind of expecting a proposal any day now, lol. We still have separate finances, obviously, but we are both saving money towards buying a house. We currently live in a two-bedroom apartment. My boyfriend works from home and uses the extra bedroom as his home office slash gaming room. My younger sibling, 17 non-binary, has been struggling with their gender identity for a couple of years. Our parents are pretty conservative, especially our dad, and they just don't get it. Our mom tries, but she gets frustrated and ends up lashing out and placing blame on my sibling. Our dad just kind of ignores it and acts like it's just a passing teenage phase. Thankfully, my sibling feels very comfortable talking about these things with me, and I told them I will always look out for them no matter what. They know that if they need anything at all, they can come to me and I will do whatever I can for them. So last week, when my sibling called me after they had another fight with my parents and needed a place to stay, I agreed immediately. I told my boyfriend about it right after I got off the phone, and instead of being his normal supportive and understanding self, he started asking a bunch of questions. We live 2 hours from my parents, so my sibling was on their way to our place, but my boyfriend kept asking things like how long are they going to stay, where are they going to sleep, what about school, do my parents know, etc. I obviously didn't have answers to all those questions right then, and I told him I'm just providing a safe place for my sibling and we'll figure out the rest later. My sibling and I spent the weekend talking a lot, and I took them out to explore our city a bit as a distraction. My boyfriend was unusually distant and quiet the entire weekend. I talked with him Sunday night and told him that my sibling was is going to stay for a while to figure out what they want to do, which means they'll be sleeping in my boyfriend's office. I asked if he could go into the office for a few days instead of working from home. He got upset with me and said, "First you moved them in without even talking to me about it, and now you're kicking me out of my office too. What's next? You letting them stay with us forever? Should we be looking at houses with an extra room for them?" I was really taken aback by his reaction because he's normally a very level-headed and understanding person. I asked him what his deal was, and he said that this is the sort of thing we should be deciding as a couple, not just me making decisions on my own, especially when they directly impact him like this. I was really taken aback by his reaction because he's normally a very level-headed and understanding person. I asked him what his deal was, and he said that this is the sort of thing we should be deciding as a couple, not just me making decisions on my own, especially when they directly impact him like this. He has been going to the office for work, but he's been coming home really late and is pretty much going straight to bed and barely speaking to me or my sibling. He's creating a lot of tension, and I know my sibling is picking up on it. And then one of the mods locks the comments because things are starting to get out of hand. I get what OOP is doing and why. What she seems to be missing is that her life and home is not her own to do as she wishes. This requires a conversation, period. Even if her boyfriend was just a roommate, it would require a conversation. You cannot upend someone's life for another without consulting them and feel like they should just deal with it. It's at a minimum disrespectful. I wonder if the boyfriend sees more about her parents' bigotry than she wants to admit as well. Like, he is expecting the sib to be cut off any day now, and he and is feeling like OOP isn't planning for it. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. What he is seeing is that he's being forced out of his home that he pays rent on with zero notice. You can't even legally do that as a landlord. And then someone with -5 points says, "LOL, being forced out of his home. LMAO, the kid's taking his office while they figure out next steps. Way to be overly dramatic." The kid should be in there for 8 hours maximum to sleep. Why can boyfriend no longer work from home? Oh, because OOP said so. She's not compromising. She's kicking him out of the house he pays half for to get her way. Oh, and what are the next steps? Because OOP damn sure didn't convey that to her boyfriend, the person paying half for the roof over their heads. Or to us. There is a lot of space between being kicked out of a home and having nowhere to sleep, which happened to OOP's sibling, and having to drive into an office to work, but it's clear you can't distinguish between the two. Edit, everybody, can we please make an effort to not misgender the teenager? They're not female, they're non-binary. Looking at the person who replied to this comment referring to the teenager as a sister and blocked me right after, I don't know if this was to prevent being corrected, but even if that wasn't the reason, it's not a good look to misgender a non-binary person. If I know you can see this, so pay attention and use the right pronouns in relative terms. Okay, thanks, bye. I've read this post now, I've read this post twice now and still don't see where the non-binary sibling was kicked out of the parents' house. Just a vague mention of sibling needing a place to stay after an argument with parents, which could mean kicked out or it could mean that sibling just took off. And you bypassed any reasonable explanation as to why sibling can't get their ass up and out of the home office for the hours boyfriend needs it in order to work. Give me a good reasonable explanation for that. Because they're a child in need of a safe private space to recover from an abusive parent. A child who's at high risk of suicide who was just kicked out of their home in a world where they're discriminated against. Edit. This user misgendered the teenager in another comment and then blocked me when called out. And then the comment got deleted after it has -8 points, but the comment did get deleted. And then someone replies, "Stop misgendering the kid." Yes, please, thank you. That'd be great. As a non-binary person myself, I don't like being referred to as a girl or she or whatever. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do a couple more comments. Hang on. OOP is a wonderful and supportive sister to her sibling, and has consistently been so, and disregarding whatever else, I am very thankful that her sibling has good familial support from her. That being said, OOP, if you ever see this, while your intentions with regards to providing a safe haven for your sibling are commendable, you're also neglecting your boyfriend in the process. I guarantee you it's making him question a lot of things about, is this how she's going to be after we get married? A better solution would have been to speak to him and ask ask first, since it's his office, and then if he was not happy with the arrangement, for you and your sibling to just find a nearby motel sort of place where you two could just go to sleep until this situation can settle down. Alright. He's creating a lot of tension. Nope, no. OOP is the architect of the tension by unilaterally deciding on the changes to the living arrangement and ousting her boyfriend from his home office. I wonder if OOP posted an update because she is the ex. No, her account got her, and then OP replies, no, her account got suspended. Edit, the account is, yep, the account definitely got suspended because I tried to go to the account and it's not there, so it is either deleted or has been it's suspended or something. Do. So here's the thing. Part of building a life together is being on the same page about things like this. If spouse told me we were housing a non-binary sibling leaving an unhealthy situation, I'd be like, let me throw clean sheets on the guest bed, and spouse would respond the same way if I said it, no questions asked. The fact that the boyfriend isn't supportive has me concerned about shared values. Recounted this to spouse. Spouse advocates for OOP dumping unsupportive boyfriend. Same here. Alright. No, it's not him being unsupportive. He just wants answers. Okay, yeah, someone replies, more like he wants answers to basic questions and doesn't want to lose his office. I could never ask my brother and wife to house me if I was in danger. That's not their job. And why is the kid in danger? Because they had a fight? I fought with my parents as a teenager all the time. People talking about suicide rates need to look into hospitals because that's where I went when I wasn't safe as a teenager. I was the one that was going to harm me, not someone else. Yeah, definitely. I definitely was in the hospital for those same reasons. Hmm. My girlfriend blindsided me by saying she doesn't want to move in together permanently. Am I the asshole for being upset? And the flair on this is definitely dumped. My girlfriend, 26 female, and me, 27 male, were planning on moving in together permanently. A couple of months ago, we took over the lease from someone we knew who needed to move but didn't want to pay the penalty for breaking his lease. We were in the process of deciding if we wanted to stay here or move into one of the other places that the property management company has available because this lease is up soon. But my now girlfriend has said she doesn't want us to move in together permanently, and she's already left where we live now and taken most of her things. She completely blindsided me. She completely blindsided me with this. She says she realized I'm not reliable. She said I don't do ju- she said I don't do enough chores. She never asked me for help, but she thinks I should just need to know when something needs to get done automatically. Her examples were laundry and vacuuming. She also complained that I didn't help her when we watched the sons of friends of ours. Both of them had COVID, and they asked me and my girlfriend if we could bring their sons, six male and four male, to our place until they were better. Our friends didn't have family nearby, so we both agreed. My girlfriend had everything under control, and she never asked me for help or told me she was struggling. If she had, I would have helped without question, but she always had a handle on the chores, and she had things with the boys were under control. I'm upset. I also don't think that someone like her who works from home has it easier than someone who can't work from home, or that just because she makes more thinks I should do means that I should do more. I was thinking about proposing and we were planning on permanently moving in together and she just blindsided me. We went from on track to marriage to this. Wow, wow, wow. Mommy didn't tell me I needed to pitch in, so I didn't. Wow, wow, wow. Wonder who told the ex-girlfriend to do it? That's right, no one, dumbass. I'm definitely using this logic in the future, thank you. You are as useless as a condom with a hole in it. What's with all the excuses? I would have left your ass to grow up. Let's be real. A condom with a hole in it is how we got on this planet. Oh, that's a good one. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I love it when random internet strangers appreciate my snark. Glad he didn't think to baby trap his ex that way too. Oof. But women automatically know how to do things. It's in their DNA slash S. Seriously, no one wants to have to mother their boyfriend and do the mental load too. Boy bye. Yes, my vagina is clearly the motherboard for activating Bang Maid 3.0. I fucking love this comment. Blindsided, more like he was blinding, we all side with the girlfriend. Poor guys, always getting blindsided by their girlfriends, constantly asking them things to do, and then breaking up when they don't do what is asked of them, slash S. No, but she didn't ask. That relieves him of all responsibility. Women handle house things, even if she makes more, I guess, LMAO. Why do men think that women just know when something needs to be done? We're not magic. We just use our senses to observe our environment and do things that need to be done in that environment. Like, yeah, you're not psychic, but neither is she. Pick up after yourself and wash your own laundry. Don't be ridiculous. Knowing how to do laundry is on that little part of the X chromosome that men don't have, slash S. It's a recessive trait on all X chromosomes. In people with XX, it activates so they innately know when household chores need to be done and do them. In people with XY, there's not enough to activate, so they don't innately know. Slash S, and then the rest of the word science is in brackets? Well, I am so sorry to tell you I'm a married transgender woman and I go through this shit every single day. I feel so validated as a mother when my husband expects me to be his mother. Slash S. Yes, the real feminine experience. Um, well, she was born with a vagina. Everyone knows that vagina havers just know how to manage a household implicitly, slash S. But the man should be the head of the house. I guess a figurehead, slash S. A tiny skull with instructions pops out of her vaginas at our first menses with instructions from the heavens on how to be a good, submissive bang maid, slash S. Wow, my bang maid sugar mommy doesn't want to wipe my ass while paying for the privilege. I've actually been in that exact position, paying for everything and doing all the cleaning, cooking, wiping up his piss. I wish I were joking. And he was so shocked, LMAO, about why I dumped him. It's almost as if I tried telling him multiple times over the course of a year before calling it quits. Bang maid is the best word I've learned this year. Could it have been that she didn't want to mommy the OOP any longer? Nah, she should have told him not to be a moron and pick up after himself like a good mommy should. Glad she got out. Oh, I bet she tried talking to him about it, but the insufferable prick ignored her. Whether she did or not shouldn't matter. As an adult, you can tell when the laundry is full and needs to be done. It shouldn't default to her to do it until she's too stressed, at which point he'll do her a solid by picking it up for a week. You mean a day. Edit, who am I kidding? I put the laundry in the wash and started, then complained when she was irritated he left it sitting there all day. And he'd shrink her favorite sweater. Accidentally on purpose to show how bad he is at something, so he'd never be asked to do it ever again. Alright. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that I didn't accidentally care about her day when I asked? Oh boy. And the original post is titled, Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that when people ask you how their day was, sometimes they don't always want an honest answer? Yes. Yes, you're the asshole. Although, it is true, if people don't want an honest answer, they shouldn't ask questions. So, yeah, what the fuck? Like, look, if you don't want an honest answer, don't ask the question. There was this other Reddit post about, I think it was on r slash's channel about, um, someone who was pissed off because they asked their husband if you liked the wedding dress or not, and then, it, oh no, it was from the husband's perspective, and he wrote the post, and he asked if he was the asshole for, um, giving his wife an honest answer about if he liked her wedding dress or not. And he even asked her if she wanted an honest answer, and she said yes. And then he was like, well, here's my honest answer. I don't like the wedding dress. Uh, And then apparently she was the asshole, even though he was even like, are you sure you want an honest answer? And she was like, yes, I do. And then he was like, well, actually, I don't like it on you. And somehow he's the asshole for giving her the honest answer that she asks, you see how stupid it is? You see how ridiculous it is? I know I'm probably alone in this. I know that people are probably going to be like, well, when people ask for an honest answer, they don't really want an honest answer. But if they don't want an honest answer, then they shouldn't ask for an honest answer. She literally asked him, he literally asked, do you actually want an honest answer? And she said yes. She's literally asking for an honest answer, legitimately. Do you want an honest answer? Yes, I do. Gives her the honest answer. Shot Pikachu face. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. It's just one of those things that NTs do that I don't understand. Whatever. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that when people ask you how your day was, sometimes they don't always want an honest answer? Me, 23 male, and my girlfriend, 24 female, are currently in a long I'm currently in a long distance relationship. Although it's difficult for us to meet frequently in person, we still call every night. And this story doesn't have a flare, by the way, so I'm gonna guess. Yeah, whatever, I don't know. 2 days ago, I just casually asked her. Although it's difficult for us to meet frequently in person, we still call each other every night. 2 days ago, I just casually asked her how her day went. For the record, I just kind of asked it thoughtlessly, like, oh, how are you? That kind of thing. Like, I used it as a standard greeting. She told me she stepped on a nail today, which got me really worried. I began asking if she was okay, and she said she went to the doctor and got a tetanus shot, and she said that she was fine, but then she proceeded to describe it in really gruesome detail, like how the nail went through. I was pretty freaked out. I don't do well with this kind of shit, so I just hung up after making sure that she was okay because I couldn't take it. It was so fucking weird. Like, nobody wants to hear about this shit. She's been ignoring my texts all of yesterday, and I think she might be mad because I hung up on her. So I left her a voice message telling her that she needs to be tactful, and just because I ask how her day went doesn't mean I want a bit by bit detailed explanation about your injured foot. I just wanted to know if you're okay or not, that's all. And a couple of hours later, I saw that she blocked me. I think she might just be mad for a bit and impulse blocked me. I'm sure she'll come around in a few days, but part of me couldn't help but wonder if maybe what she did wasn't that weird. And then there's a deleted comment. There's a deleted comment that we don't get to read, and then the person replies, I'm not the OP. He just posted the story in the comments. Another deleted comment, and then someone says, FYI, brigading, going from one subreddit to another to specifically downvote or otherwise bother the OP is against Reddit rules. Please don't go to original threads from subreddits like this, or this sub could end up shut down. And someone else says, and you'll get banned from either or both subs, and possibly just your entire account if you do it enough. You'd be better off clicking through to the original post rather than bringing OP here. And someone replies with the screenshot. This post has been removed due to the status of the original poster's account. This account is currently shadow banned or suspended, suggesting this account is in violation of Reddit's terms of service. This type of ban suspension is issued by the Reddit site-wide admins. The Am I the Asshole mods have nothing to do with this ban and cannot assist in resolving. That was 10 months ago. Is the post still down? Yes. But but you can see the comments. You're the asshole. When the cashier at the grocery store asks how your day is, they don't actually care and don't want a real answer or to hear about. Wait, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that when people ask how your day was, sometimes they don't always want an honest answer? You're the asshole. When the cashier at the grocery store asks how your day is, they don't actually care and don't want a real answer or to hear about putting a nail through your foot. Well, unless it's Margaret, she's the best. She listens to all of my talk about my animals, even though some of them freak her out like the tarantulas. But I love them. When your boyfriend asks, he should be interested if you can't handle the gruesome description. Hey, sweetie, can I cut you off? Talking about blood is making me nauseous. Could you be a little less graphic or something? Not hang up on her and tell her nobody wants to hear about that shit. When your boyfriend asks, he should be interested if he can't handle the gruesome description. He says, Hey, sweetie, can I cut you off? Talking about blood is making me nauseous. Could you be a little less graphic? This right here. My husband and I are both autistic. I knew I know he's squeamish when it comes to descriptions of blood and injury, but sometimes when I'm mid-flow in an info dump, that fact won't register in my brain. He stops me and says, Hey, that's a bit much, and I take a moment to pause and recalibrate, then we carry on with the conversation. Easy done. If you have I have a thing with body parts and describing it. If you go into details, I start picturing it. My husband and I have a rule. When he's telling a story, if I go stop, I bleach, he has to get me something cute or funny to look at, or give me a moment to look it up myself before he can continue with his story. I really like that. The husband and I have a rule. So what you're saying is that you and your husband have had a conversation about boundaries, and you both agree to follow through with your discussions while following those present boundaries and expectations. Good. That's healthy. That's what people in relationships should do. This is Reddit. We can't be having that sort of behavior here. To balance it out, when I get mad at him, I'll purposely ask him something like, Hey, do you think old people shave? Wait for him to answer, get into a debate about it to the point that he's actually using facts. It amuses me. And then once he's too busy being distracted by the topic, throw in a question like, Oh, so under your grandma's PJs, you think she looks like that, huh? He usually gives me the silent treatment after that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty fucking funny. LOL, I think they have a Reddit eye bleach thing where there's. Wait, Oops, I accidentally went back. Hang on. I will, fix it. LOL, I think they have a Reddit for eye bleach where they have cute puppies and kittens, lol. Yup, definitely. Definitely. They do. They have a subreddit that's just like all cute things and happy things. Adorable, precious babies and kittens and puppies and animals and rabbits and basically anything. Okay. My 26 male fiance, 24 female, is reconsidering our relationship over a sandwich. I think this is going to be the last story for tonight. Next month, we'll have been together for 3 years. We've been living together for 11 months, and I proposed 5 months ago. The situation is absolutely absurd to me. A couple of weeks ago, my 26 male fiance 24 female, asked me to get takeaway because she was too tired to cook. She's an A&E nurse and was still recovering after having had coronavirus, caught from the ward at work. I went to Greg's after work. I had a voucher where I would get a second free sandwich identical to my first order. I ordered us tuna crunch baguettes. I forgot that she's allergic to several types of fish and shellfish, including tuna. Whoopsies. It was an honest mistake on my part, but she flipped out. I offered to cook for her. I was going to let it go because she was just getting over being ill, but she was still mad the next day and left our flat to go stay with one of her mates. Besides the tuna, she was also upset that I couldn't recite her usual Greg's order by heart, or her order from another one of our regular takeaways, even though she knew mine. She has a better memory than I do because she needs it for her work. She hasn't returned and says she's reconsidering our relationship over a sandwich. She says the sandwich is just a symptom, but that's absurd. I made a mistake for getting her allergy, but I don't believe it's something to end the relationship over. She was disappointed when I got home and told her what sandwiches I bought, but I didn't think it would be something she'd leave over. My family and even my mate Sam right, and this is absurd, for her to be reconsidering because of a sandwich. The one time I spoke to her since she left, she says her family all agrees with her. Our lease is up at the end of next month, and she told me to go ahead without her if I want to stay in our flat. I do love her. I want to marry her. It's completely as absurd to me that I'm in this situation, and I cannot believe it. Pretty sure it is not about a sandwich, my dude. Anyone who posts with a title like that, you automatically know they're the asshole and is trying to minimize and invalidate whatever the other person is upset about. It's not like eating it could kill her. Oh, wait. I know, right? My husband, bless him, is well aware of my major allergies. Lettuce, pineapple, some kinds of pumpkin. A little hazy on my minor one. Cilantro slash coriander. If he's not sure, he asks. And for ages, he thought I couldn't watch 3D movies, so didn't take me to one for 2 years. We saw Harry Potter 7 at IMAX in 3D, but bought tickets late so we had to sit at the front. I'm long-sighted, so being that close gave me a headache. He thought it was the 3D. That's what a good partner does. They care enough to avoid things that can hurt you. They think of you and their needs. This guy couldn't even order his sandwich and use a coupon so he could have the same. Heck, he could have ordered anything else that wasn't her allergen and been fine. Or gotten a backup sandwich. He had one job buy takeout sandwiches and epically failed on so many levels. After 3 years together, he forgot her allergy, something that could potentially kill her. But he doesn't need to have a good memory for things like that because his job or whatever slash S. It's a miracle he remembered where the store is. Lord. Or how to use money. He didn't use money. He used a coupon to get hers, so he didn't have to have money. Because it's not like remembering what might kill a person you love is important or anything. He offered to cook, but it doesn't seem like he actually did. He is a loser. She needs to dump him. Let's go to the actual original post. I want to see the comments here. Here's her side. It's been 3 years we've been together. I've memorized his favorite takeouts and know what to order from him every time we go to our favorite places. I'm just recovering from COVID and I'm a nurse. I came home exhausted and asked him to pick me up a sandwich. I have food allergies. After 3 years, I assume he knows. It was buy one get one, but it must be identical sandwiches. He got what he wanted, and I can't eat it because I'm allergic to tuna. I lost it. I can't even count on my fiance to get me a sandwich when I am so exhausted. This is not the first time, and I'm afraid that this will be my life if I marry him. He will never make an effort to remember my allergies and not take my needs seriously. It started as a sandwich, but it's just one of the things he never remembers about me. I've left. He doesn't understand how it's not about a sandwich. It's about how he doesn't see me. It goes even deeper. He doesn't believe her and doesn't think she's worthy of any consideration or effort. Instead of understanding that she was asking him to take care of dinner, he only thought about his own needs and screwed her over. Then, instead of apologizing and immediately making it up to her, he grumbled and then transferred the responsibility of the makeup meal onto her. Again, dumping the work and responsibility of his own fuck up onto her while taking no responsibility. Then, when she tells him what the reason is, he refuses to listen or believe her and instead keeps on making her irrational and justifying his own behavior. OP only thinks about himself and doesn't even believe her when she's telling him straight up what the deal is. I want to congratulate this woman on being single. I've heard many stories of the crazy ex. She will be the crazy ex who dumped him over a sandwich. His new partner will laugh about it with him until he does the same to her and calls her crazy for the audacity to want love and consideration out of a partnership. Then that person will be the crazy ex who dumped him over, I don't know, not doing the dishes one time. Because it's always just one point of data to him, never a pattern. Rinse and repeat until he either gets red pilled or finds somebody with low self esteem whom he can gaslight into being his mother. I was listening to a podcast where someone said during his first and second divorce he thought his ex was crazy. When the third woman was saying the exact same shit, he realized the problem was actually him. He doesn't care enough about her to learn what she's allergic to. He's a narcissist. You're forgetting the best part. Instead of listening to his fiance, he goes on Reddit to try and see if strangers will agree with him about her feelings instead. I hope this post is rage bait because if it isn't, there's a heartbroken young woman somewhere out there who was duped into thinking this incel cared about her. And then somebody with minus 31 points, well, now minus 32, I just downvoted this person, says, can you start using the word incel properly in its proper context? What do words mean if you can just use them for anything? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna. Let's try and find a new common thread. That's really something you should have drilled into your head by now. Do you even know her name? He is the sort of guy that wouldn't know his wife's eye color. He's the dad who calls the pediatrician and can't confirm his child's birthday, and the girlfriend saw that and ran. Fun story time. My bio dad is estranged from me. When I was in my early 20s, he called me to wish me a happy birthday before saying, you're the big 17 now, right? I was like, yeah, I was about 4 years ago. Oof. About a year after I graduated high school, I got a card in the mail from my dad, who I hadn't seen or heard from in about 4 years. It was a bright pink card that said, Happy 5th birthday. 5th birthday is crossed out. Graduation, where he crossed out birthday and wrote in graduation. The rest of the card was a handwritten Bible verse, nothing else. Sheesh. Okay, I think that's it for today. I've got more here, but I'm already done with this video. I love each and every one of you guys. Please don't forget to always be yourself. I just lost my train of thought. You are valid. Please don't forget to be good to yourself and to others, and I will see all you guys in the next video soon. Bye.